Look, this video is not about a specific fad, a magic diet, a certain technique you can do. It's not what you think. If you've been following me for a while, you know dropping something like that would be completely against what I believe in and what I preach. Instead, I want to go over the actual way that you can go about losing quite a bit of fat in the next 30 days, and also why it's probably a really good idea for some of you watching to do so. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy John Mango, and I'm here representing Beyond the Iron. I drop weekly fitness content on this channel. If you're interested in getting to your goals faster and more enjoyably, fitness goals that is, then consider subscribing. Now, if you stay until the end of this video, I've got something super special that I'm announcing that's dropping today, only open for a specific amount of time, and it's gonna help you lose that fat that you're looking for in 30 days. Now, it's not a magic pill, it's not a magic technique. I do not endorse those, but stay tuned. It's definitely something special for a lot of you out there. But first, let's go ahead and cover the topic at hand. So, first and foremost, you hear me say it all the time, don't be in it for the short term. And I believe that with all my heart, and I will always believe that because, well, you can't achieve your dream body in 30 days. You can't achieve it in 3 years. It's probably gonna take longer than that. But before your hopes and dreams get crushed, I want to help you speed up the process. That's the reason I'm here in the first place. But what this video is about is how you can actually maximize the amount of fat that you lose in the first 30 days, or at least in the next 30 days, as part of getting towards your fat loss goal and really just speeding up the process at the end of the day, because that's what we're trying to do without making unrealistic claims, without saying that you're gonna just take this and you'll be fine, without saying that it's not going to take hard work, because of course all of those things factor in. Oh, and by the way, if you still think that you're going to get your dream body in 30 days, you're sadly mistaken, and this is not the channel for you. Actually, this is the channel for you, because I'm gonna show you the truth. So the cool thing about the first 30 days of your fat loss journey is that you can actually lose fat at a much faster rate for those first 30 days. That's especially true if you've been in a deficit for a few months. You're gonna notice some certain symptoms, like your metabolism is gonna start slowing down, your energy is gonna start going down, your muscle mass is at a much higher risk, because after your body's been in such a deficit for so long, you're depleted, the muscle's at risk, and everything's gonna start coming down, metabolism, energy, and your mood along with it. And after all those things naturally will be followed up by your adherence, okay? This is why these fad techniques never work, is because they're bringing you down so quick that you experience those symptoms so quick, hence causing adherence, meaning how long you're able to stick to a program, drop significantly to the point where you're just not able to stick to it, and it's not practical for most of you out there. Now, all those symptoms will come into play regardless. Like I said, if you've been in a deficit for a long period of time, especially if you stay at a very high rate of fat loss. But again, it's gonna take you a while to reach that point where you're gonna really start noticing those results, so long as you approach this with the right rate of weight loss right out of the gate, as opposed to just dropping 10 pounds a week, or trying to at least. Yeah, you can do that, but trust me when I say you don't want to. Instead, what's the approach? So what I always recommend is a conservative approach of about 1 pound of weight loss week to week, and that's average throughout the entire lifespan of your caloric deficit or of your fat loss phase. So what you can do for the first 30 days is the average of those first 4 weeks can actually be quite a bit higher. You're looking at 3, even up to 4 pounds average, again, throughout the week, that you can lose in the first 30 days without it being too much to where your body just crashes. So that being said, that's why it's important to note that it does take very specific awareness, very specific tactics, like tracking your calories, tracking your weigh-ins, making sure that everything's going smoothly, making sure that most of your foods are from nutrient-dense sources. This is going to help you keep you full. What happens is when you come right out of a surplus or out of maintenance and you go into a deficit, then your body's going to get hungry very easily. So you want to make sure that you're getting lots of fiber, lots of micronutrients in there to help hold you over from meal to meal and not making you feel like you're starving and you just end up crashing anyway. So there's really only 2 ways for you to achieve that average rate of 3, even up to 4 pounds per week, and that's going to be increased activity decrease calories, okay? Now, how do you increase activity? There's a couple ways. You can increase your daily activity, your expenditure throughout the day. This is also known as NEAT. I've spoken about it before on the channel. You can also just manipulate your actual intentional exercise by increasing volume, doing stuff like supersets, and just cramming more total volume in your workout sessions. And of course, add cardio and or intensify the cardio to ramp up the amount of calories you're burning. Now, it's very important that you do both of these right off the bat to burn the candle at both ends, so to speak, so that you're getting the best of both worlds and so that you're not just drastically cutting the food. Instead, you cut the food one way, you increase the activity on the other side, and now you've got yourself a pretty good caloric deficit to where you're averaging 3 to 4 pounds of weight loss per week. Again, most of that looking towards being fat, which means you'd be getting up to 16 pounds of fat that you can drop in 4 weeks. Okay, now that is not guaranteed, by the way. This isn't for everybody. Some people might get the 16, some might more. It's also very important to factor in the first week you could see up to even 10 pounds of rapid weight loss, and this is just going to be naturally from the water and the glycogen that your body was storing that's going to just melt right off the second you jump into a deficit. So that's the very straightforward part. Now the nutrition part, like I said, you want to make sure that you're tracking your calories, and the goal here is you want to cut your calories down into a deficit by 250 up to 500 calories deficit. No more than this, because that's something like a keto type of approach or a fasting type of approach where it's just way too little and your body doesn't have enough to function on. Also very important that you keep the protein levels high when you're doing this, just to make sure that you're preserving the muscle. Aim to keep your strength the same or increase it relative to your body weight when you're in the gym working out. The workouts count. Every single rep counts in the gym when you're trying to cut, and especially in that first month when you're really trying to hold on to the muscle and shed away the fat as quickly as you can, realistically speaking. At the same time, you got to make sure that you're monitoring your weight on the scale so that you actually know, are you losing at that rate? Because trust me, 5-6 pounds a week on average is going to be too much. You're not going to feel good, and you're likely not going to stick to it long enough. So the point here is for you to just simply accelerate very quickly in those first 30 days. Now, before you start hitting those symptoms that I spoke about earlier, what you want to do is you want to scale it way back down to around that 1 pound, 1.5 pound per week mark that I spoke about at the beginning of the video. And how you're going to do that, you want to scale it back. Now, the goal should be typically to lose about 1% of your body weight, or an even more conservative approach would be 1 pound to 1.5 pounds per week, and just do that going forward. Now, you can implement things like diet breaks and all that. That's a topic for another video, but it's important to scale it back. Don't just stay balls to the wall for more than 30 days, because you will begin to crash, and again, that's going to basically make you feel like you're in it for the short term, which you definitely shouldn't be. Alright, that's pretty much it. I hope you got some insight there. You just gotta aim for a little bit more weight loss week to week on average for the first 30 days, because you can afford it, so long as you monitor the calorie intake, monitor the weigh-ins, and make sure that it's moving smoothly. Now, if you stayed until this point, first and foremost, thank you so much. And secondly, huge announcement, I have a program. I know, surprise, surprise, another fitness guru influencer with a program. Yes, that is how we help people with our programs, okay? Do you believe in what I'm teaching you? Yeah? Good, you should. And my program is going to be in alignment with that, so it's better than those other programs out there. And if you don't expect me to say that, then obviously you probably shouldn't be watching this video anyway. So I've got a 30-day savage shredding program. This program is designed to just accelerate your fat loss in those first 30 days, jumpstart your fat loss. It tells you exactly what to do in terms of nutrition, workouts. It gives you finishers that increase the activity and the intensity of the activity. It gives you some weight workouts you can do, everything you need to do exactly what I just mentioned in this video. Also, very important to note that I made this so well priced, because again, it's just something that I want to help as many people with, and it's a challenge as well. What I want you to do is check the first link in my bio below. That is where you can go ahead and sign up and grab your copy of the 30-day savage shredding program for men, women looking to lose fat in the next 30 days to keep them moving forward towards their goals, keep keep their metabolism elevated, keep their muscle mass all day long, increase their activity, and make them look and feel better overall. So if you're interested in signing up for that, again, the link is down below, and it will also be a challenge for the next 30 days starting very soon. Make sure you jump in while it's still open, and I will be doing the challenge with you, so I'm super pumped to see you there if you decide to sign up. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, if you want any free resources like a free meal plan for fat loss or a flexible dieting course, those will also be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, especially if you stayed until this point. I really appreciate you a little bit more, okay? Now, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll see you in that next video. Cheers. I'm out.